Welcome everybody to Bootleg Safari. I'm Aaron Reynolds. I make a comic strip called Effin Birds. It's rude. And this is my friend Steve. Steve, tell everybody what you do.
Hi, I'm Steve. I write a graphic novel about David Bowie.
It's really good.
Thank you.
It's good.
Thank you.
This is a panel where, because I do a lot of Comic-Cons, I wanted to have a panel where I had a good time and I didn't have to answer any questions about what my favorite bird was. And so I made up a panel format where I and a guest would each introduce each other to horrible, horrible knockoff items. And boy, it's a lot of fun. The original inspiration came from a secret Santa that actually devolved into a secret Satan because all my friends are terrible. During which I gave this, which is not Garfield. I want to be very clear. That's not Garfield. That's a fully original Chinese character named Famous Fat Orange Cat. I love him too. I love him so much. You know what? He came in a vacuum sealed bag. He looks like he's on crack. Here is the reaction I got when I gave him, and I was like, I want this in my life every weekend going forwards. And so this panel was born. So here we are. Now you get to experience with us. So we've each brought 3 things. Steve's going first. Are you ready for your slide?
Yes.
I'm looking forward to this.
All right. This is the 007 Chicken Express for when you're a secret agent and you really want chicken strips.
I want to eat there. I can't even think of what to say about this. Are they supposed to be eggs? Like, do you think that's what they were thinking? Or do you think it was just like, oh, here's something that we can...
I don't know, but I do know that if you ask for the menu, they tell you that they can't tell you what the menu is, so they'd have to kill you.
Oh. Do you know where this is?
No, I don't.
I don't know where this is.
Probably in China, since they have very relaxed copyright laws.
Well, I was going to say, it's got to be somewhere where they don't have a lot of respect for trademarks. James Bond is in the public domain in Canada, where I'm from, but the thing is, the 007 logo is not. Much like, Mickey Mouse here now. Steamboat Willie, sure, but with the gloves on and the buttons on his pants, not so much.
Yes,
Yeah.
I imagine we'll see a lot of Mickey Mouse knockoffs at some point.
I mean, we already do, right? Like, can't you throw a rock and hit a Disney souvenir shop that's fully unlicensed around here? That's more like Orlando.
Oh yeah, we're in Orlando. They're all over the place.
Yeah, exactly. Well, now they can be legit. That's beautiful. Thank you for bringing me the 007 Chicken Express. I brought you something very similar. I have brought you this beautiful pair of Adastas shoes. Now, I don't know if you've noticed this. In the Adidas logo, how many of those little leaves are there? 3. Right, not 4. But at the same time, I would wear these. What do you think?
Yes, Adastas. How would you all pronounce this? Adastas.
Not Adastas? Adidas?
Depends where the accent is.
Yeah, exactly.
Adastas.
Adastas. Yeah, exactly. That's right. Oh man, what a terrible pair of shoes. All right, are you ready for your next thing?
Yes.
We're lightning rounding it a little bit here because we both have big things at the end. All right. Here we go. I was actually very excited for this.
I'm introducing you the Universal Hero versus Super Gorilla set, which I think is actually amazing. I would buy this.
100%.
Because not only does it have 4 superheroes of different colors, but it also has Super Gorilla, which really ties the whole thing together.
I think so too. Now they're against Super Gorilla, right? It's the 4 of them on Super Gorilla.
Yes, are they riding him or are they fighting him? We don't know.
Well, they all have swords, right? They all have right above them. Those are swords. 100%
I think
swords.
they're all trying to cut Super Gorilla, but he has really tough skin, so they're not getting through.
Can I just point out something here? He looks like He doesn't want to be here at all. He's like, why? Why the men with the swords?
I'm legitimate. I did legitimate theater, and I'm stuck with these 4 knockoff superheroes with swords.
Super Gorilla went to Juilliard. What is he doing here? Oh, poor Super Gorilla. This actually reminds me, I'm going to go back to the wide shot of it. This reminds me, at Dragon Con, one of the organizers of Dragon Con brought for me a Justice League set that he got in Greece that had Zorro as one of the characters.
Hey.
And Zorro had a sword, and Superman had a sword. It was... Yeah, right? It sounds right.
It makes sense. Zorro's one of the original superheroes, so he would join the Justice League.
Right. Zorro would 100% be in the Justice
League.
League. I think so, too.
How do you choose the photo? How do you use the 2005 King Kong photo?
Right.
Just put that directly from the movie.
Yep.
But yet just put crappy photos of the crappy action figures for the other photos.
That's a good question, and I often wonder where these artwork, pieces came from. I really liked at the version of this panel that I did in San Francisco at the end of last year. I had a fake Lego set that was Harry Potter themed, but called Justice Magician, and it had a Harry, a Ron, and a Hermione in the corner of the box. But they were not the actors from the film, and I was like, where are these people from? I think they were from like Amazon costumes, like those $50 Halloween costumes, and it's like hot Ron and hot it was
Hot Ron.
What's this?
I've seen a product similar to this. It was called Sense of Right.
Yes, Sense of Right Alliance,
Right Alliance.
with Shrek
Yeah, it was Shrek.
and Lightning McQueen.
And like,
Yes.
There was a yellow Power Ranger, Batman, and Superman.
The Sense of
Sense
Right
of
Alliance.
Right
Oh,
Alliance.
you should look those up. I had a really good one that said Superman, and it had 5 Spider-Man figures in it. I was like, I want to own this. I want this in my life.
Now the red or the blue Captain America with a silver face mask has a cool red arm brace in the picture, but there is no red arm brace in the figure. I feel
Oh,
ripped off.
that's true. Yeah,
Not
he doesn't
cool.
have that gauntlet. That's a real.
That's a shame.
That's a miss. But this is amazing. Thank you so much for bringing this into
All
my
right.
life. Are you ready for my next thing?
Yes.
This is the greatest drone I've ever seen. Are you ready? Yep, that's right. It's a Spider-Man with a propeller that comes out of his head.
Heroes to Induction.
Heroes 2 Induction. Actually, the small print, it says automatic floating intelligent identification. Automatic floating intelligent
Is that an
identification.
acronym of some kind?
Automatic floating AFI. No,
Oh.
it's not. It would be cooler if it was.
Iron Man on the box.
Oh, that's true. Iron Man's on the box. Now that would make sense of flying Iron Man because he flies. This guy, if you know what, if his arms were up like he was swinging on a web, I'd be okay with it. But this, where he's flying around like this, that's not right.
Apparently it's 14 plus, too.
Oh yeah, 14 plus. If you're a little kid, you might cut off your fingers in the blade. Because that's the other thing about bootlegs is their safety standards are very low. I got 100 of those Baby Yoda toothpaste toppers that vomit the toothpaste out the mouth. And I was like, I don't want to use this. I don't know what this is made out of or what kind of horrible chemicals are inside of it, you know?
Right? I'm not fat shaming Spider-Man in this, but I think he stopped at the hot dog booth in Brooklyn a few too many times.
I was going to say he kind of looks like a New York City garbage man in terms of build. Yeah. He's definitely like, he's a little bit square.
He's hefty. He's like a baseball player.
Yeah. Now, do you want to know what this guy reminds me of another notorious fake Spider-Man? Do you guys know about Barcelona Spider-Man? Yeah. I did this show in Atlanta, and somebody ran up after to show me this picture that she had taken of a Spider-Man in a square in Barcelona, and I got her to email it to me. This is the guy.
Yeah. It's the same guy with the propeller on his head.
It's the same guy with the propeller on his head, right? They're the same picture. Yeah. I should have photoshopped a propeller on his head. Well, it's too late now. And I was showing this to some of my friends, and my friend Casey was like, I I think I saw that guy in 2006. And I was like, do you have a picture? And he went back and he scrolled back his whole Facebook timeline until he found me this picture, which is absolutely the most 2006 picture I've ever seen. Look at those jeans, look at that vest, everything about it, including Spider-Man. He's definitely, 15 years younger in this picture.
Now, if he had a propeller, could he lift off with both of them and fly them both around?
One on each side?
One on each side.
Well, that's why his arms are so muscly.
That's right.
So he can hold on to other people and fly them away on his head.
I think that might actually be Jack Reacher and a Spider-Man.
And not the Tom Cruise Jack Reacher.
No, the actual,
the real one.
The real one.
Why is Spider-Man's legs so thin?
He skipped leg day.
Leg day. That's it. He's. You know what? I find that it's best not to ask why. Because, he has a propeller coming out of his head. What do you want? It's like somebody who was complaining to me about a Disney film that was historically inaccurate. And I was like, this movie has a talking tree in it. What are you expecting from this movie?
Right.
All right. Are you ready for your next thing?
Yes, my next one.
All right.
Okay, this is the
Oh my god.
Angvisens.
Angvisens.
Angvisens assemble.
Earth's mightiest heroes.
Yes.
Angvisens.
The Angvisens have exosuits and harpoons.
I love this. There is, in fact, 2 Spider-Mans.
Yes.
Yeah.
The one in the suit is not the same Spider-Man that's standing next to him.
Right, and so is this from a Spider-Verse sequel where there are bad Spider-Men?
I guess. Now, how would you all pronounce this? Angvisions. So like it's kind of a Z sound at the end. Got it.
Angvisions.
Angvisions.
Oh, I like that. Angvisions.
Yes.
Angvisions.
I like the Lego logo.
Right? The definitely not Lego? Yeah.
It's hills or and 2 M's?
I think it's 2 A's.
2 A's.
2 A's, maybe.
But they're
3 A's.
3 A's?
Yeah, because there's one in the middle.
Oh my god. Yes, there's a little tiny A in the middle. It's like the puzzle of how many rectangles do you see? I lose track after about 10 rectangles. I can't do it anymore.
now she's shooting bones. Is that?
Oh, it's yeah, bones.
Are they his bones?
The logo looks like if you AI generated a Lego set.
Yeah,
Yes.
it does look a little bit like AI generated this. But you can buy this.
And their Legos bend at the knees. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, right? I don't think he actually does that in real life. I think this box might be over-promising. Yeah, exactly. No Legos bend at the knees. All right, what else have we got? Oh.
Yes.
Is this one of yours? Angfinipus 4.
Endgame.
Endgame. Angfinipus 4. Endgame.
Minutes. Now, all that said, I kind of like this set of cars, but the name of it is Angfirminutes.
They all have their own car, but why the giant shield in the center?
Yeah.
Is that just telling them where to park, like where the lines are? Or?
Importantly, Captain America has 2 cars in this set.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you noticed
So
that.
does Hulk.
Oh, Hulk. I believe it. He's big, but
There's a double of each and then there's a third on
there's
Oh,
what a
yeah.
mess. What a total mess. Well, that's the Angfipens. Is there any more of these? Oh, there's a what the hell does that say?
Avignatures.
Avkers. No, those are C's.
Nokers.
Are they hard C's or soft C's?
I don't know.
I
I'm just gonna call it
Avknokers.
do like that he's a transformer though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Special move.
Union Legend? Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Civil War.
He's a big fan of collective action.
That's it. Yes, that's right. He's for the worker. You say that. I can't say that.
Avigeps 3.
Avageps. Okay, that's good. All right. And there's a big car and a little car for the 2 Spider-Men that point at each other.
Uh-huh.
Right? All right.
That's right.
All right, we're going to play a game. You guys ready to play a game? So, Avengers, right? I need a volunteer. Oh, who had their hand up first? All right, stand up. We're going to advance the slide, and you're going to say it. Okay? As fast and as quickly as you can. Are you ready? Adventures. Yeah, that's probably right. All right, do we have a volunteer for the next one? Yes, let's go. Ready?
Ready. Thanks.
Very good.
No, that was probably the best one. That was actually probably the best one. All right, there are two more of these.
Okay.
You pick the next person.
All right, right there. Stand up.
Ready?
Next one. Ready.
Evan Geeps.
Avageeps.
Avageeps.
Avageeps. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Avageeps.
All right, and one more.
Right there. All
Ready?
right. You ready?
Are you ready?
Oh, fingers.
Yeah, that's yes, that's right. You're correct. I love looking at these because it's like they started with Avengers and then they just replaced the E's with C's because then it kind of looks like Avengers, but then they replaced them with F's and the R with a P, and then they replaced the N with an H, and it just keeps getting weirder, you know, like. Well, then they just have this, and I don't know how they got there. I don't know how they got to that one.
I don't know.
Yeah, it is very
Yes.
much like a game of telephone, or like an AI made it. Right, they
Yeah.
sneezed, hit some keys, and that's what came out.
I think they let their cat walk across the keyboard.
Yep. Yeah. I also love the thought process that maybe this will keep them from getting sued.
Yeah.
Because it's absolutely Captain America, except we call him Union Hero.
Union Hero.
But he looks like Captain America, and he looks like it's the Avengers logo, but they're going to call it Angvisons, because then that's not covered by copyright. It's not how it works.
No.
All right. That was beautiful. Thank you very much.
All right.
I have one final thing, and this was brought to me by somebody on the internet who watched some previous Bootleg Safari panels and suggested that I should do this thing. And I got so excited. So I just want to give a shout out to Ed Glazer, who wrote this book called How the World Remade Hollywood. And it's about non-American knockoffs of Hollywood movies, generally unlicensed. This is a great and deep book. And if it was not for Ed, I would not know about the film Our Friend Power 5. Does anybody know Our Friend Power 5? I had not heard of it before this, and I got to tell you, when you Google it and you look at the poster, it is not clear what you are about to get into, because that's the poster. I'm like, is it a Star Wars? Like,
I love the costume. It's fabulous.
right? The costume's great. The costume's great, and I love the scientist man down there, and like whatever that little rat thing is. So I was like, this is okay. So that's the VHS cover. And I found a bigger one-sheet poster that had way more stuff on it. And I was like, what is going on here? Is that a robot?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like a Gundam. And there's this giant rat creature. And there's this Star Wars looking lady and these scientists. What else do you guys see in there? A lot of rats.
I see
Transformer,
There's
yeah.
some sort of red washing machine up there.
Yeah, red washing machine, yeah.
There's kind of Lego people in the corner.
Right?
They blasted off.
It feels like there's a lot going on in this movie, right?
The red with the glasses.
Yeah, the rat is pretty great. And so here's the thing. I pulled a lot of clips from this movie, and then I had to trim it down so that this panel wouldn't be 3 hours long. And I actually strongly recommend you watch this whole film, even though it is in Korean with no English subtitles that I could find a copy of. And the best copy I could find was from VHS. Would you like to see a scene from this movie to understand just why? All right. This makes me so absurdly happy. Here we go.
우감류인 거북이의 일종이 평화스럽게 살고 있었다. 그러던 어느 날
Oh, what are these? Oh, Ninja Turtles. Funny story, in this movie, those are robots and are making robot noises.
충격을 최대치로 높이고 운석충 사이로 돌파한다.
그래다 운석에 뿌리치기라도 한다면 어쩌려고요?
Why do they all have red bandanas? That's fair, but then why are their chests all different colors? So, that was great. That was great. I want to point out something about that. What Ninja Turtle is this specifically? But like, do you recognize him from somewhere? Because this is a very distinctive Ninja Turtle.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Turns out this movie is not an adaptation of the comic, and it's not an adaptation of the cartoon. It's an adaptation of what? Nope, not an adaptation of the live action film. It is 100% an adaptation of the Playmates toys. In fact, the only thing that makes sense to me was that maybe these guys only saw the toys and nothing else, because there is no part of this film that actually
I guess they gave them nose holes so the actors could breathe.
Oh yes, that's 100% so that they can breathe. They also have holes on all the sides of their costumes. And one of my favorite things, when they move around, their arms and legs are a little too loose and they end up flopping. So if they're running, their feet end up flopping behind their legs at some point. Yeah, I'm going to play just a little wee bit more of this first scene. You'll notice that whenever they need special effects, yes, straight to hand-drawn animation, which is great. Oh, look at, who's this guy? Yeah, he's got a ship full of rats. And look at him. I love him. Do you see the giant statue of a rat behind him? I love this movie so much. Look at him. I want to cosplay as him, right?
The rat must feel pretty special, considering there's a statue of him right behind him.
Right? There's a statue of a rat behind the rat. By the way, there was a statue of the Ninja Turtles behind the Ninja Turtles also.
Wow.
I don't know why or what the significance is. And one of my favorite things that happened there that you can't hear because we don't have any sound is that guy said something profound, and then a voice goes, "Oh!" and then a theme song starts, and I was like, is this CSI Miami? Did he just put on the sunglasses and then the Who played? That was great. But no, I love this man. I want to be him. And is he supposed to be Splinter? Yeah. Maybe. But here's the thing, he's the villain. He's the villain in this. He's pursuing the robot turtles.
They must have had to glue on the whiskers, and they probably had trouble taking them off at the end of the day.
He's like, yeah, you're gonna be wearing those for the whole film shoot, buddy, until they fall off. Oh man, you mean that's not his real facial hair?
No.
Oh,
So, unless they cut it off and restyled it and glued it back on.
he grew a beard, then they cut it off, and then they glued it back to his face at angles.
That makes the most sense.
That's actually, that does make the most sense. That sounds 100% believable. Yes. All right. Who would like to see a fight training montage from this film?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Ready for it? Watch. There's going to be a person on the right who does the move, and then the Ninja Turtles also try to do the move. Keep track of how often they get it right. See the guy? Do you see the one in the front whose foot came off? Okay, wait. Look at the one front in the very front. Watch his right foot after this move. Let flop flop. Here we go. Here we go. And there we go. Look at that. It's not even on his foot anymore. Amazing. I love this movie. Later in the film, they introduce a new character, and this character blows my mind because I'm like 100%. That's Princess Peach, except a dude and a Ninja Turtle. at the same time, right?
Yes, he's got a beard and a Ninja Turtle costume and a funny hat.
And a beautiful, beautiful little crown and a scepter. And that scepter has magic powers. When they use it, they can transform from turtles to like princesses and stuff like that. It's very hard to understand it. And I'm not sure that if there were subtitles that I would understand it any better, you know? There is a fan subtitled version out there that I'm kind of keen to get in on, but okay. So,
what's this movie called again?
Our Friend Power 5.
Our Friend Power 5.
Our Friend Power 5.
Okay.
Strong recommend for Our Friend Power 5. I will tell you, after a show in Minnesota where we talked about Lady Terminator, we caused a huge price fluctuation on Amazon for DVDs of Lady Terminator. Because people were like, oh, I can buy this right now for $20. By the end of the panel, it was $75. It was the greatest. We did that. Here is a little boy who's struck by lightning while looking through a telescope and now has magic powers. Also, the rats with machine guns, I love them. Yeah.
He just looked at them. Nothing came out of his eyes.
Look at the applause. I love the sarcastic applause from the Ninja Turtles back then.
I think they forgot some of the animation on his eyes.
I think maybe they ran out of money and couldn't do any more animation. I'm going to show you one more clip from this film, and it is the greatest clip from this film.
All right.
This is because there was a lot of stuff on that poster that we haven't seen yet, right? It all happens at the end. And I gotta say, like, I love this animation. Like, it's really nice. Oh, that princess was one of the Ninja Turtles. She was a Ninja Turtle earlier, and then she used the wand and became a princess. Here we go. This is A1 effects work coming up here. Right? The animated fire is beautiful.
Yes.
I love it. Why don't more films do this?
Still better special effects than old Doctor Who.
It's true. It's true. Oh!
I love Doctor Who, but
like, they
were on a small budget. Okay.
They Voltrons. The Ninja Turtles just Voltroned into Optimus Prime. That is exactly what happened. And now they got to fight whatever this tank is. Right? I love this. I love this so much. I can't get enough of Our Friend Power 5.
Are we going to start a run on Our Friend Power 5 DVDs now?
Well, that's the thing. I don't think there's any distribution of it out there because I tried to find it. I searched the name in English. I searched the Korean characters. This is a VHS tape that is like, that's all you got.
We're going to have a bunch of bootleg people transfer it to DVD and start selling it at shows now.
Yeah, I mean, I'd appreciate that. I'd be into it. Some of the movies we've done for this include like a Turkish Superman film and I gotta say, I really loved Lady Terminator, and I was sad that there weren't better copies of Lady Terminator available.
For those that weren't at the panel, what's Lady Terminator all about?
Oh my god. Okay, so Lady Terminator is a remake of the Terminator, except with the lady as the Terminator. It's Indonesian and was made in the late 1980s. And instead of being a robot that's gone back in time, she's a sea witch that's come forwards in time to haunt the descendants of the person who stole the snake that lived inside of her and ate men's penises.
Wow.
And that's why so many men are shot in the penis in that film. And so if you want to see a film where a lot of guys get shot, in the junk. I strongly recommend Lady Terminator. It is pure delight.
Wow.
Well, that is our bootleg safari for today. What questions do y'all have? Thank you. Steve, tell people what you're working on.
Well, I'm over in the corner of the exhibit hall, just a few aisles down from Aaron, and I have a graphic novel all about David Bowie and his life in the 1970s when he was Ziggy Stardust, as well as before and after, and all the different people that he met, like Alice Cooper and Elvis and people like that he worked with, like Iggy Pop, and also did a comic last year called 9 Lives that got crowdfunded, and it's all about Cleo, who is the 12th incarnation of the same woman throughout history and is escaping a serial killer that's also reincarnated. And yeah, I've got those and other stuff at my table, and so stop by. Also doing a panel. We got an unknown panel right after this, but the one after that at 3:30 is about music and comics with my friend Russell Lissau right here.
Oh, awesome.
So stick around.
Awesome. He's like right beside you in your aisle, too.
That's right.
Yeah. You also have a coloring book version of the Bowie comic.
That's right. The coloring book's been doing really well because there's been a lot of people that already have this and just are just bringing it by to be signed, which is great. But then then they have to pick up the coloring book so they can Instagram it and send me the link.
There you go. That's beautiful. I have a beautiful new double deck of playing cards with rude things on them, and they are at the best URL I have ever registered, which is eat fart with a dot between the F and the R. If you like my rude comics, you can actually text. Oh shoot, I've forgotten the number. It is. Oh, I hate this. I've done this to myself. Find my business card on my table. It has the number that you can text to get my comics every day. Oh, it's 845-EAT-FART. Thank you. There we go. I forgot the 845 part. The eat-fart part's easy. The 845 part, I forget. 845-EAT-FART. You can also find all the previous episodes of Bootleg Safari at bootlegsafari.com. You can see beautiful things like Lady Terminator, or this Hulk salt and pepper shaker, or the time that I talked to Chris Sabat, the voice of Vegeta, about all the beautiful knockoff Vegetas that are out there, including the time that somebody brought him a printout of the Amazon costume page to have him sign it.
Wow.
Which was great. And also things like, that's not a Teletubby, that's a Bubble Chubby. I'm just saying, that's not a Teletubby. They're all there at bootlegsafari.com. You can also find Bootleg Safari on YouTube, except for a couple of episodes where the rights holders for the movies that we talked about did not want them to be shared, such as Lady Terminator. So that's why I have my own website, because then I can do whatever I want. And then you don't have ads, so you know, so that's it. So thanks everybody for coming. And, you know.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
There, that was fun.
Yes.